were lost. None of us knew where we were. And then Harry began feeling around on all the trees. And he said, I got it. We on Pluto. And we said, Harry, how can you tell? He said, from the bark, you dummies. From the bark.
Is he all right?
Oh, yeah, the guy digs me. Hey, what's wrong with this guy? I don't know. Bring him some water. Water my ass. Bring this guy some Pepto-Bismol. Waitress, what did he order?
Oh, he had a special.
That's what I ordered. I changed my order to the soup. Good move.
Oh, no. Not again.
Why is it funny to see an alien pop out of this man's chest at the end of Spaceballs? Maybe because of the "not again," implying that this has happened to this man before and could possibly happen to him again. Or perhaps it's the ragtime dancing that the alien does right out the door. Whatever it may be, the fact of the matter is that you're now thinking about the Alien movies and or the Chuck Jones cartoons that they use Tin Pan Alley's Hello My Baby in.
And tell me I'm your own.
Spaceballs loved its visual comedy. From the literal combing of the desert to this booger imitation game here. Moreover, their use of Star Wars for inspiration knows no bounds, especially through the Star Wars famous fades or wipes into the new scenes.
Spaceballs?
Oh, shit. There goes the planet.
Dearly beloved.
This scene from Scary Movie mimics Fast Times at Ridgemont High by having Greg not only live directly outside the school, but he also appears to be high or drunk, or perhaps just tired. Not only that, but his entire family appears to live with him in that tiny van, only adding to the silliness of it all.
Gentlemen, I give you the Vulcan.
To further establish the absurdity within this genre of film, we look at when Dr. Evil addresses the group of world leaders. They appear to be in a room similar to the War Room from Dr. Strangelove, in that there is one light above them and they are in a circular table facing each other. This is a playful tip of the hat to the other film, as Dr. Evil fails to terminate communication and instead shows them Beavis and Butthead.
But to pay your ransom.
You have my instructions. Bye-bye.
Check it out, Butthead. This chick has 3 boobs. How many butts does she have?
President Scrooge!
Spaceballs calls out sci-fi when President Scrooge bolts in announcing,
"Ship is too big. If I walk, the movie will be over."
thus breaking the fourth wall and poking fun at the absurdity. This scene even goes way out of its way to make fun of itself.
Greg's right, Cindy. I mean, what do you think, we're in a horror movie?
Yeah, you guys are right. I mean, if we were, they'd probably cast some dingbat like Jennifer Love Huge Tits to play
Putting
me.
them in front of a Friends-esque fountain with Greg looking eerily like Joey. Marty is the only one in the group of protagonists from Cabin in the Woods that feels strange about their situation.
You seriously believe nothing weird is going on?
Conspiracy?
The way everybody's acting. Why is Jules suddenly a celebutard? And since when does Kurt pull this alpha male bullshit? I mean, he's a sociology major. He's on full academic scholarship, and now he's calling his friend an egghead?
Kurt's just drunk.
I've seen Kurt drunk. Jules, too.
And yet
Well,
he is
then
quickly
maybe
brushed off
something
for
else.
just being too high.
What? You're not seeing what you don't want to see. Puppeteers.
Puppeteers?
Pop-Tarts? Did you say you have Pop-Tarts?
Marty, I love you. You're really high.
Right now, we make a pact. We take this to our grave. Agreed? Agreed!
Cindy from Scary Movie, if for no other reason than to fulfill the true hero archetype of her movie, is reluctant to commit to the group. Just like Marty, though, her resistance turns to acceptance when the group discredits them.
And we never mention this again.
Mention what?
The guy we just killed.
Well, you just mentioned it, Greg.
Starting now!
Let's go and make the greatest war movie ever!
Yeah!
Yeah!
In Tropic Thunder, Kirk Lazarus is the voice of reason, just like Marty and Cindy.
Whatever he is, looks like he's all over the place.
I've done a lot more effects-driven event films than you, okay? And I think I can spot prop head when I see one.
And just like Marty and Cindy,
Yo, asshole! This motherfucker's dead. Ain't no Chris Angel mind freak, David Blaine trapdoor horse shit jumping off here.
Hey, you want to get on the train here, or do you want to ruin another take, huh?
There ain't no goddamn takes. Ain't no goddamn motion picture.
You sure?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
For certain, man.
Why are you still in character?
his warnings go unheeded.
I know, but I don't have to tell you.
My name is Borat. I like you. I like sex. It's nice. This is my town of Cusack. This is Orkin, the town rapist. Naughty, naughty. Over here, our town of kindergarten. And here live Mukhtar Sakhanov, a town mechanic and a abortionist.
I include Borat because it sort of serves as a spoof on humanity and the people unlucky enough to be bothered by him.
She is my sister. She is number 4 prostitute in all of Kazakhstan. Nice.
My name is Mike. I'm going to be your driving instructor. Welcome to our country, okay?
My name is Borat.
Okay, good. Well, I'm not used to that, but that's fine.
Only he and the crew are in on the jokes, making the conversations and the people's reactions the butt of the joke.
Why not? Because a woman has a right to choose who she has sex with.
What?
How about that? Isn't that amazing?
Joke?
There must be consent. How about that? That's good, huh?
It's not good for me.
Oh, it is good.
Next morning, I interview a politician who is a genuine chocolate face. No makeup.
He is intentionally racist, sexist, and outright offensive purely for the sake of the film. The movie is a charade with everyday people unknowingly serving as the actors for him.
We drink like a normal in Kazakhstan. We wrestle like a normal in Kazakhstan. Then they say, I wash you in a shower, and he washed me in a shower.
It sounds like you met somebody who is from what is called in America the gay community.
What did it mean gay? This word
homosexual.
Gay. A homosexual? You mean Are you telling me the man who tried to put a rubber fist in my anus was a homosexual?
Do you yield, sir? Never.
Walk Hard doesn't follow the same path as the other 3 I've mentioned so far, but it still serves as a prominent parody film for the 80s. We are immediately introduced to his life meant for blues when we see him cutting his brother in half by accident.
Lee! I'm halved! Oh, we should have listened to Paul. Dewey, I'm cut in half pretty bad. In case I don't make it, then you have to be double great for the both of us. Wow, that's a lot of pressure, Nate.
The entire film is a giant parody of a litany of noteworthy and influential musicians like Ray Charles, Brian Wilson, and Jim Morrison, to say the least. The cast, per se, of musicians seen throughout the film as the decades progress is truly admirable, even with a few stars appearing as themselves, such as Eddie Vedder, Jackson Browne, Jewel, Ghostface Killah, and The Temptations.
Mama's gonna cry somewhere the devil's having a laugh.
It's not bad for your first time.
You can do it, Dewey. You'll be double great for the both of us.
Oh, you be careful now, you hear? Before you go and say something you're gonna regret for the rest of your days.
Like what? Like the wrong kid died?
Oh, no! No!
It's okay. It's okay, Mama. Settle down.
Paul's right. Springbury ain't big enough for me no more. I reckon it's time for Dewey Cox to move on.
But you're only 14.
This scene is actually a direct reference to the 1989 film Great Balls of Fire.
It's still not finished yet. I'm hearing more Aboriginal percussionists. And I want an army of didgeridoos. 50,000 didgeridoos!
Later on in his career, Dewey became insatiable for creativity in the studio, much like the Beatles did for their later albums.
You're singing about cutting people in half?
I'm working something out.
Some people are saying that your new music sounds a lot like Bob Dylan.
Well, maybe Bob Dylan sounds a lot like me. You know, how come nobody ever asked Bob Dylan why you sound so much like Dewey Cox?
Mailboxes drip like lampposts in the twisted birth canal of the Coliseum.
We're nothing but grains of sand. That was freaking transcendental, Paul McCartney. Don't you agree, John Lennon?
Yes, Dewey Cox. With meditation, there's no limit to what we can imagine.
What do you think, George Harrison, of the Beatles?
I don't know, I'm just trying to get some more songs on the album,
And as Ringo Starr, I'm not so interested in meditation. I just like to have fun.
Wanna play psycho killer? Can I be the helpless cheerleader? Oh, so is this where I'm supposed to beg for my life? Please, Mr. Killer, don't kill me.
In this scene, Buffy takes every overused horror movie standard and flips it on its head, all the way until she's quite literally lost her head to the killer. She overacts to the point of absurdity and refuses to take the situation seriously at all, completely defeating the horror within the horror, taking the fun out of it for the killer and us by acting like a child and ruining the kill.
There you go, Mr. Scary Killer. I'm panicking now. Oh, guys, somebody please help me. Oh, no. No. Oh, now what? Oh, I guess this is the big climax. Hope you don't mind if I fake it. Oh, look at me. I'm all dead. I'm a gross, scary, severed head. Come on, please. Do you know who I am? I'm Miss Teen. You're really giving me a headache. And you got blood all over my Gucci sweater. I hope you're gonna pay for that. Ah! I will not be ignored by the...
Yeah, I gotta dismember that guy with a trowel.
Looking back at Cabin in the Woods, we see that Marty was right all along, but at the cost of his friends' lives, just like in Scary Movie. Tropic Thunder provides us with a typical happy ending since they all get out alive relatively unchanged and unscathed. But Scary Movie and Cabin in the Woods maintain their hero within the hero's attitude.
Oh, not at all. But I do know some stuff. As in... It's an elevator. Somebody sent those dead fucks up here to get us. Now, there's no controls inside, but there's maintenance overrides in there, and I think I can get it to go down.
Is a nighttime graveyard walk, and you whistle some sweet melody to the ghost down at the dark, singing to your hand, lead the marching band. Don't you let them fade your colors gray, 'cause when all is said and done, when youth is spent and burned, you'll see that it's all about music, flowers, babies, sharing the good times, traveling not just for business, accepting your mortality. This is finally what I've learned.
The finale concert of Walk Hard is just a montage of references and callbacks to other films and events in musical history over the course of his fictional lifetime. Many of the things portrayed are exaggerations of stories told by other musicians from the past, the joke being that he didn't do any of those things in the montage.
It's about making little music every day till you die. It's a beautiful ride. Beautiful ride. Beautiful, beautiful
Cabin in the Woods serves to remind us of the sea of media we are saturated in today. It shows us a sampling of the things we consider as prototypes for their respective cliches and typical horror go-tos. But it has a deeper message. We are the ancient ones the movie speaks of. This is why I include it in the spoof parody genre. We are the ones that enjoy seeing the same movies or rituals done in the same fashion year after year, no matter how similar, as long as people die.
Army of nightmares, huh? Let's get this party started.
Oh, shit.
We like the Pizza the Hut scene because it's a callback to Star Wars' Jabba the Hutt, and because it's a neutral joke. Sometimes we don't enjoy parody or a spoof because it feels insincere or perhaps disrespects something we admire.
Is gonna send out for you. You're delicious.
Ciao, boys.
I included the ending of Cabin in the Woods because it's not a happy, scrappy ending like many films aim for today. The protagonists and everyone else included die, despite all the protagonist's best efforts. This story is not a comedy nor a horror film, but moreover a loving hate letter to the current state of horror.
Shit, son. Yo, what the deal? Yo, y'all watching this tape right now? That means I didn't make it. Either I'm a prisoner, or worse, dead. But either way it goes, I'm gonna tell y'all the rules to survive this situation. Rule number 1, you gotta be quick. Rule number 2, don't fall down. And rule number 3, whatever you do, never look back. Y'all wish me luck. Snatch and run, y'all!